Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Barbara Rogers. Joining me now in the studio is Shefali Razdan Dougal. She is a California board member for Human Rights Watch, and thanks for stopping by today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, Human Rights Watch is an organization that has been around for quite some time. How long have you been involved with it?
The organization has been in existence for 30 years, and I got involved about 3 years ago. And the way I got involved, I had been invited to the annual dinner in San Francisco, and honestly, I had not heard of the organization, and I went with my husband, and I was so moved at the event and the purpose behind what the organization did. And since then, I've been actively involved with it.
For people who, like you, had not heard of Human Rights Watch and didn't know what they do, why don't you tell us a little bit about what kinds of things they do?
Sure. The Human Rights Watch is the largest independent one of the largest independent organizations in the world. It's not connected to any government, and their sole purpose is to protect and promote human rights around the world. So what they effectively do, we have 300 employees in 90 countries, and of those 300, some are researchers, and they are in areas of conflict around the world, and they are conducting objective research, and they are attempting to get those governments of tyranny to change their ways. And one great example of that recently that a lot of people could relate to is the daughter of the Uzbekistan leader. She is she's the ambassador to the United Nations, and she also is a fashion designer, which is an interesting combination. And a couple of weeks ago, during New York's Fashion Week, she was supposed to promote her line. And when Human Rights Watch found out about this, they contacted the promoters, some of the largest ones, for instance, Mercedes-Benz, and the people organizing the event, and they let them know about this, and she got pulled from the lineup. An example of what her father, the dictator of Uzbekistan, does is 2 million children for 2 months every year are forced to leave school and to pick cotton for the government. So that's an example of what they do.
Is it just the fact that they actually do this that gives them that clout, or is it because they've been around so long that they can have that kind of clout where they could call up and say, we want this lady's fashions pulled out of Fashion Week because of the human rights violations in that country?
So it is because they've been around for a while, and it's because they have such a very strong reputation of conducting objective research, very detailed research. And so they go to the press many times, and if they go to the government and the government itself doesn't change its framework of what they're doing, they'll go to the international press. And the international press then, after further solidifying that research to be accurate, then disseminates it around the world, and other governments then get involved and pressure that particular country in question. And often it works. It's the name and shame type of approach. Sometimes it doesn't, but it takes time. It overall does have an effect.
Now you have an event coming up.
On November 17th at Yoshi's, we have our annual Voices of Justice dinner, where we are honoring two what we call defenders. They're two people that this year we wanted to promote to show what they've done for their countries. One woman from Iran who does a lot for female rights there. She's bumped up against the government quite a bit. And one woman from Mexico who's doing a lot for human rights there.
And is this Yoshi San Francisco or Oakland?
Yes, Yoshi San Francisco.
Right. And to get information, we go to
www.hrw.org.
Okay, hrw.org. Well, thank you for coming by and telling us about Human Rights Watch and about the upcoming event.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for joining us for another edition of Comcast Newsmakers. I hope you'll be with us again next time. Bye-bye.